Alright, you got your microphone on?
Yeah, I got it.
Alright,
What's that movie? What's that movie?
We motherfucking rolling. We got 37 minutes.
What's that movie, nigga?
What? Life, but probably ain't.
You ain't got the sense, God, to get really go.
Oh shit! Wait, was that Color Purple?
Yeah, that's stupid shit. That's Do the Right Thing.
So, seeing as you're rolling up. Oh yeah, quiet on the set.
Shh, quiet, please.
Quiet on the set.
Ready?
Quiet on the set.
Yeah.
Sound rolling?
Since you rolled, yeah. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, we are rolling and we rolling.
Yeah.
Umi says shorts. Take one.
Clear that. Since you rolling up,
Yeah.
what advice do you have for cannabis dispensaries getting used to this new environment of legalization?
Man, this cannabis shit, I'm really like, and everybody who knows me in that world, because, you know, luckily, and I'll say it with my chest out, you know what I'm saying? Like, we was the first niggas to publicly, you know, serve in New York. And so the cats that know me in the industry, in the New York industry, are super disappointed based on where it is and where it, you know, and where they have escalated certain people, you know, to be as it relates to these dispensary owners and whatever's going on behind the scenes of this shit. But my biggest advice, you know, to these motherfuckers is, you know, lean on the community that was here before most of you niggas. You know, you're dealing with an industry that has been bombarded by a lot of people that had nothing to do with the industry before it came. That's benefiting off the backs of what, you know, real niggas who was in the industry going to jail for the shit, and real smokers who was just in, you know, trying to get high, going to jail for the shit, went through. And so now you got a whole bunch of people reaping the benefits of the shit that ain't never even been a part of the industry. So, you know, my big advice to you niggas is to build a bridge with the official, you know, legacy community that's been putting this shit down way before most of you niggas was even thinking about doing this shit. You know, build a real bridge with that, even if it's just about having, you know, talks in your spaces, bigging up their brands, looking, you know, going the extra mile to make sure that you are super supportive of what, you know, the legacy community went through, because this shit was built on our backs before this shit was popular, you know what I'm saying? And now you got a bunch of, you know, new cats that's coming in reaping the benefits of what the sweat that we motherfucking, you know, went through. So, you know, that's I can't say nothing else about, I can't give you niggas no more gems before you do that, you know, first, you know? What was the question?
So, I'm an artist in a small town. Mm-hmm. How do I book a show?
Move to a big town? No. Nah. Small town is actually good for you if you a small town cat. You know, the first thing is to understand the pulse of the community that you in. You know, who's your listener? You know what I'm saying? Go to spaces where, you know, you think people thrive on what you're offering, you know what I'm saying? And build community there. You know, the first thing about booking a show is giving your talent away so that people know that you actually got talent, you know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers think they can just jump in the game without doing something for free. Ain't nothing motherfucking coming your way, you know, unless you give it up and show people that you got it, you know what I'm saying? And so small towns is easy. You go somewhere and you pop it off, you know what I'm saying? Let them know. And then you do it with consistency once you build a force. Even can ticket it, you know what I'm saying? Get on somebody else's back. But you want to build a consistency so that you can develop a brand, and that begins your plight.
How long was that cut?
That was about 80 seconds.
80 seconds, so that's about a minute 20. Okay, that's ID.
So, next question.
Hold it. Umi says shorts. Take 3.
What is an absolute must in every contract besides the money?
Then we gotta bring that back. What's the absolute must in every contract besides the money? Absolute must And every contract, that's crazy. Besides the money, besides the money.
I'm like, that'll be cool.
Cut. That is fucking perfect. That is gold, bro. That is the fucking answer, yo.
Most difficult artist to book.
A nigga that barks when it's time to talk.
Fucking dog.
A nigga that is all bark and no bite. Now, most difficult artist to book, and not saying no names. I'm gonna say this. It's levels to this shit, right? The most difficult artist to book is the artist that don't show up. You know what I mean? You know, and that shit comes in all kind of ways. You know what I mean? Now, as a nigga that got mad friends in the game, to a fellow business nigga that's trying to get your shit wet in this industry, agency-wise, no homo, I think you got to look at it from a different point, like as it relates to how you move and what to expect from people, because it is bottom line contract. You know what I'm saying? But the further you get in the game, the more you understand that if he cancels, it fucks up a whole lot of shit. It's like you canceled, you know? And so your name is attached to all of these things. And so, watching The Godfather, the nigga said, yeah, I was a buffer for the family. You know, the family had a lot of buffers, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's the true way to actually run a business. Like, you know, it's very seldom can you do business directly with friends. You have to have a buffer.
Cut.
Right. That's a great question. You know, when I could think about it, one of my identifying moments in the game, and I would like to say this for any artist that I ever worked with, and I work with the greatest. When they go back and look at it, they'll say, yo, I ain't gotta worry about nothing when I'm with this motherfucker. Like, when they really go back and think about it, it's like, no, nigga. What you mean, nigga? You're gonna pay us, nigga. Like, it's just like whatever. It's no doubt. And my eureka moment to get to that stage was understanding the contract. You know, I remember going through different tiers of contracts. And, you know, a lot of times you don't know no better, so you modify other people's contracts. They get you in a point where they got you in a good contract, and you're like, damn, I'm gonna get somebody in the same, you know. So you modify their contract to meet your needs, and it took me a long time to realize the contractual approach to doing shows and what that should look like and how to make anybody sign anything. Shout out to my man Daco. Who knows what I'm saying, but to understand that is the world, you know what I'm saying, and that's what separates a small fish from a motherfucking shark, you know what I mean?
Cut.
What is the title of your book?
Yo, before I say my book, I want to send a shout out to John Forte. Forte is the LL cat that came forward, that showed me that anything was possible. You know what I mean? I'm just leave it at that. My book is called Walking Barefoot on Broken Glass. It's a book of short stories, 9 to be exact, that can be used to guide you to produce a film or a few. Take heed and let's get this one going. Let's go.
What made you choose that title?
Walking Barefoot on Broken Glass. It was like, it's actually, shout out to Stick again. Stick, he wrote the foreword of the book. Oh man, he at that time the book was called Black Allegories, and he pushed me to create a title that was a black allegory. And the book is allegory driven, allegorical driven, for you fucking fake ass scholars. And it was pushed out of me. It was for a lot of reasons, you know. I think a lot of it was a floss because I am a scholar, and it's like it's the art of English as it relates to telling a story.
Broken Glass, the title.
Yeah, so he kind of pushed it out of me to be more than just black allegories. And so, what is a black allegory? You know, walking barefoot on broken glass. It describes the position of black people for so long in this country.
Okay. Can you use that with the whole
Is it too much?
plan and all that shit?
Yeah.
That was done.
Yeah.
You going vertical, none of that shit's
Not
going
in terms of editing the audio and making it a short.
This is all vertical. And nigga said it's all fluid. It's all fluid.
What are you looking at, nigga?
It's all fluid, nigga.
Yeah.
The future.
It's all fluid.
You on your phone with 2 cameras?
It's all fluid. It's all fluid, nigga.
AD cinematographers on IG.
So wait, let me ask you another question, like, cause I actually don't know what an allegory is.
It's a story. It's a non-virtual story.
No, nigga. An allegory. I need to look up the definition for you, man. Let me look up that definition. An allegory is.
They say, what's the definition?
An allegory is.
It
is basically telling a story.
A story, poem, or picture that can be interpreted to reveal a hidden meaning, typically a moral or political one.
So it's a story that uses hidden depictions to gather you in, to tell a larger tale, mainly of a political fable, something that incites a riot of sorts, you know, something that incites people to kind of go further than what you would see on the surface. That's pretty much allegorical, right? And so my intention there was to do 9 stories, all, you know, between first, third person, narrative derivatives, just different ways to kind of showcase different writing skills, but at the same time still tell vivid stories of black life in America.
Tree. Rolling.
Yo, the favorite story that I would say, and shout out to all my niggas, you know, in the worst parts of America, you know, that's figuring out they shit, you know. The favorite one I probably brought to life was Things I Learned from My Father. This story is a true story. It's, you know, I had to change certain aspects of it to protect certain people, but everything about it is real, except for a character that I created to switch it all up a little bit, so keep the police guessing. But to be honest, it's really a story of the average life in Omaha, Nebraska, like the way niggas in places that's forgotten about are forced to live and win. Things I Learned from My Father is one that should definitely be turned into a movie. I want y'all to check that one first when you get the book. All my real niggas.
Okay.
Go ahead.